Because I was watching a documentary about LSU, Louisiana State University. And it was all about this, how they can make money from brands now. The whole documentary was about, they changed the law in 2022, so students can now have brand deals so they can make money.
As they should have been doing the entire time.
It's even up in court now that students actually are going to get paid, like paid from the university.
And they should.
Yeah.
I've thought about that. That's something that should have been done years ago.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's up for debate now. And this whole, when they could have their brand deals, like they're making
good for them.
6 figures, 7
good
figures.
Good for them. Dude,
income.
I'm all for it. I think everyone needs to make their bag.
They're hustling. It's about like Livy Dunn and what's the other name? Angel Reese, basketball player. And it's about this guy that got drafted number 2 in a quarterback. And they're doing their sport, but on the side they're doing all this social media and brand deals. They're making so much money.
Yeah, but there was also no Instagram or social media for a long time, right? It's like in high school and college, people would play with the hopes of being drafted, right?
Yeah.
So people would play with the hopes of being drafted, or getting a scholarship to school and stuff like that. And so the colleges were making the money, but if the kid blew his knee out or blew her ankle out or something like that, there was no kind of compensation for that. They weren't allowed to sign deals, and I think that's brilliant, man. I think when you're putting your physical self on the line, like physically, they should be getting everything they can get.
Yeah.
They really should, because the school makes all the money, ticket sales, shirts. People want to go to the school, oh, they're producing winning basketball players. I want to go there. They should be getting, I think what gets shady is when I've heard about them paying students to kind of shave points and make the game go this way and make the game go that way. That type of stuff, you're like, you know what I mean? That's you don't.
I never heard that. I never heard that.
You never heard of people being paid
for shaving points?
Yeah.
No.
In college?
No.
That's a whole nother podcast, but that has happened more than you realize, and in the NBA and in professional sports. But I think it's good. I really think it's good they can make money like that.
It's really good, but it's also
everything can blow up tomorrow.
But it's also very taxing. They're like 16, 17, 18, and they're working non-stop.
Yeah, but each one of them is going to work as hard as they can. Like you have 3 of them that are doing well. One's going to work harder than the other for their brand. So
yeah, for sure. Like the kids are motivated. They're like, no, I'm going to take care of my family and the family that comes after me for 3 generations. They're hustling.
Yeah,
I'm not taking anything away from them. But in the beginning of the documentary, this girl, Livy Dunn, she was like, I was blowing up on social media and these big brands came after me and wanted to sign me. And I had to turn them down because I couldn't do it for the college until they changed the law in 2022. And then it was the floodgates open.
So it's that recent?
Oh, yeah. I think it was right after COVID they changed the laws.
I think that's brilliant.
I think it's so
that's
good.
Brilliant, yeah.
But in that documentary, I captured the American soul. I know why American right now is the best country in the whole world. And it was from one of the things a coach said after practice. It was after a gymnast practice. They were all sitting down in a ring. And he was like casually dropping. Raise your hand if you did something to make you better and will make you proud when you go to bed at night, right?
Yeah.
So everyone was raising their hands. Some girls were not, but almost all was raising their hands. And then he was walking away, and then he stopped, and he looked back and like, good, because tomorrow remembers today. I was like, whoa. That's the kind of shit Americans hear from childbirth. That motivation speech, like they talk to their mothers, and their mothers is like dropping shit like, I never taught my girls there's a plan B. We just redo plan A. So no plan B, just redo plan A. Shit like that. This is why I think Americans grow up with the feeling that everything is possible, because that's what you hear from childhood.
Well, I think, yeah, I mean, growing up, it's like, you're always tested, but in a good way. And you're always going to have people that don't support you or hate you, right? But I know growing up, you always had friends that were like, "Yeah, man, pick your game up." Or if you were doing this, the coach is like, "Hey," like people were always trying to make you level up and.
But I think that's
But support
very
you.
American.
Yeah, but that also gives you a "fuck you, I can do whatever I want" attitude. Not biting the hand that feeds you, but you're like, "Hey, I'm gonna do that," and people are like, "All right," like, you know what I mean? And I don't really see that in a lot of other places. Like, I don't see people gassing up people that are doing well. We love an underdog. We love nothing more than seeing someone come from nothing and just make it. Or we even love more someone falling and coming back. That, we love that. And we're like, hell yeah. And I don't see that in a lot of other places. I don't know about everywhere, but I don't see people that are like, so-and-so's this, so-and-so's that. Hey, you should talk to so-and-so, like networking. And it's kind of like bringing yourself up, Not everybody's like that. You have people in the States that are just pissed off. And
In general, though.
But in a nutshell, yeah, it's very...
I think that's the key to the whole American spirit right there.
Yeah.
That's what you hear.
Wanting to see you want to see them around you do well.
There was this girl that was hustling. She was probably 17 years old. She had a younger brother, and they were at the kitchen table. And they were talking, like, what do you want to do? Like, I want to play basketball. And she asked him, her little brother, he was probably like 5. And she asked him, like, do you like losing or winning more? He was like, winning.
Yeah.
And she dropped this. She was like, you need to hate losing more than love winning. That's how you get great. You need to hate losing more than love winning.
It's a good point.
I never heard that when I was a young boy in Sweden. All I heard was get a job and pension.
Yeah, well, I think that's another thing. I mean, you're around me more than most. You've seen me with my kids, right? I'm always, hey, Dad, okay. I never push anything on them. I'm like, if you just need help, I'm there. If you want support, I'm there. Absolutely, you can do that. There's a difference of supporting your kids and then trying to live through your kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Trophy dads. That's the word. Trophy dads.
Trophy dads. Okay.
That's the guy that pushed their kids too hard into sports and shit.
No.
The kids are crying. They don't want to do the sport, but their dads are like, "You're doing this."
No. I think that's probably why my kids have the mentality they have, because they're supported, but they're not getting choked. Like, hey, I'm there for you. You can do that. You can do this.
Yeah, we had this talk in the car. I'm not going to drop what, but it was your daughter. She put a couple of plans up to you. That was like it's so different. It's hard to explain when you're a Swede, but for a Swede, it just sounds like no. That wouldn't be supported.
But we fan the flame. If your kid comes to my kid's like, look, I want to be a model, or I want to be a basketball player. Okay, well, I will, whatever I can do to help you get there. Like, you make sure they navigate right. But you fan that desire. I want to be an artist. Okay, you fan that. And I think you fan that flame for them, and I think that might be what it is. Because 9 out of 10 times, the parents are already doing exactly what they want to do.
Yeah.
They're hustling their own thing, so the kids kind of follow them. Hey, Dad, I want to do this. Mom, okay, well.
But I think that's uniquely American. I think that's why American is the world leaders right now. And I think that sums up the whole spirit of America. Everything is possible. Land of the free, it's called that for a reason, right?
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want here.